He's on, Mike. Good.
You do plan. I guess I'm gonna stop that. It's a thing that will kill, it'll kill just the festive, or I can kill just as a music, whichever one you want. Bermuda, so it's easier and cheaper.
What's funny, you go south, you like that in Florence, that's all it is. You can't find hardly anything.
I work about 40 hours. Yeah.
That's a whole sort of lot of things.
Spend most of that with us. So you spend most of that with us.
I do, I'm up here, I mean, I'm up here with the city, waiting when I work with the company else.
Great Make sure I was right.
Yourself?
Hey, Jeff. Make sure you follow. You don't know what Slovakia is, do you? What's that? You don't know what full-time job is. I went out there and looked, Jeff was out there ready to go around last fall, just Is that rental appointment? CV bill. CV bill. Better do it, that's fine.
We'll go ahead and get started on the public hearings. This is a chance for the public to be heard if they would like to be heard at this moment, or if they can be heard later on in the meeting. So we'll get started with the public hearing. First on the public hearing was on ordinance number 4501 as amended, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2023-2024 budget ordinance number 4464, providing for revision to the general sanitation and wastewater funds. Do I have a motion to, we go ahead. Okay, we have a motion to approve? No, we have, we motion close. Yeah, we open, my man over here.
Listen to him.
Any comment? I see none. Do we have a motion to close?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye, here.
Mr. Green,
You did.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom,
Aye.
Mayor Mulder.
All right, public hearing is closed. Next on the public hearing is 4502, an ordinance fixing the tax rate for the city of Columbia for the year 2024 on all taxable property at the rate of .8251 per 100. Discussion? Anybody from the audience? None. Do I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom,
Aye. Motion passes. 4502 is closed. Next is 4503, appropriation ordinance for fiscal year July 1st, 2024 through June 3rd, 2025. Nobody from the audience? Anybody from council? I see none. Do I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom,
Aye. 4503 is closed. Next is ordinance number 4501, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, the same being zoning ordinance of the city of Columbia, Tennessee by rezoning map 901, Group B, parcel 001 and 005, located at 806 and 812 Nashville Highway from CD4C, General Urban Corridor Character District, and CD3 Neighborhood Character District to PUD, Plan Unit Development, Mixed Use with a preliminary PUD Master Plan Approval, Ward 3. I see none from the audience. Anybody from City Council? None. I have a motion to close.
So moved.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom,
Aye. 4508 is closed. Next is 4509, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, the same being zoning ordinance of the city of Columbia, zoning by rezoning tax map 99 parcel 49, located at 1201 Maple Ash Avenue from CD2 Rural Character District to CV Civic District, Ward 3. Anybody from the audience? I see none. From the council? Any discussion? None. Do I have a motion to close?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 4509 is closed. Next is 4510, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, the same being zoning ordinance of the city of Columbia, Tennessee, by amending the Honey Farm PUD Master Plan for a 1.3 acre portion of Lot 1 and Honey Farm Crossings at tax map 51, parcel 58, located off Nashville Highway and Honey Farm Way, Ward 5. Anybody from the audience? I see none now. Council? All right. Do I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. All right. 4510 is closed and public hearings are closed. Thank y'all for bearing with us on that. Next, we'll start our regular meeting. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Here.
Mr. Green, Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall?
Here.
Mrs. Wiles? Vice Mayor McBroom?
Here.
Mayor Mulder?
We have a quorum. Thank y'all. Next will be our invocation by Bobby McCord of Highland Park Baptist Church. And then we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Danny Coleman. Y'all can stand, please. Oh,
Heavenly Father, Lord, first and foremost, I just thank you for your presence inside of this government building. I know that you consider it such an honor to be able to still be in a meeting like this. And Lord, we just invite your presence in here this evening, every day from here on out. I just thank you so much for the work ethic and all of the characteristics that you have appointed in the people that serve this community that are in front of me on this board, on this council, Lord. Thank you for everybody here. Thank you for all of the armed men and women, the uniformed men and women who are here serving the community, being selfless, putting others before themselves. Lord, Father, I just pray that you be in it tonight, be with us, allow us to execute your plan and your will, not just for the people in this room and for our own desires, but for the community and to further advance your plan, God. We love you, Lord. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Turn and face the flag and back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you, Mr. McCord. All right, next we'll have approval of the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman?
Aye.
Ms. Hardison? Mr. Marshall? Mrs. Wiles? Vice Mayor McBroom?
Aye. Thank you. All right, next is presentation. Even though we don't have anything listed, I would like Ms. Murphy to come up and tell us how great First Friday was. She knew.
What?
I told you were going to speak. Tell us how great First Friday was.
Vice Mayor, members of council, if you were not there, First Fridays was a pleasant surprise. In its newly transformed state, which you all had a hand in, so many people to thank that were part of that. Liz Bermudez has become our expert check-in person, so we captured her for the day. Thank you, Liz. She got check-in, just flew right through it. No major hiccups along the way, and the crowd was incredible. Public Works was there every step of the way. PD was there every step of the way. So we're just grateful. It takes a village, you know that. We had wonderful vendors. We were at our limit on food trucks. And the crowd didn't want to leave at 8 o'clock. So I'd say that's success.
I agree. Thank you.
May I say that it was most enjoyable evening, and I got there early because of going to a ribbon cutting or something, and didn't want to move my car.
Smart, yeah.
So I walked around and then I sat down kind of in front of Southern Trade and just kind of watched the action as people were setting up, coming in and getting set, and then stayed almost till it was almost over, and it was relaxed, it was pleasant. I did the inside where the vendors were, and then I also did around the inside where the businesses were, and I hope the feedback because it was fun.
Well, and I think some of the emails have been shared with you. Even the merchants outside of the First Friday zone had the best First Friday they had ever had. So we'll fine tune on the way, and we welcome any feedback or comments from our citizens, from you all, as to how we can continue to improve it. But I would call it a success.
I would like to add to it that it was a success. The biggest thing is that I saw that the sidewalks were clear.
Yeah.
And the number one thing that I know the chief would like to hear is that it was safer. Everybody said how much safer it
Yeah.
was. And that was the number one thing I got out of it. And thank you for the work you did. Thank you for all your team you did.
Well, thank you, and I want to thank Lexi is not here, but Lexi Dearborn was a valuable part of this whole project. So,
Thank you.
thanks.
All right, next we'll go to the approval of the minutes of May 9th, 2024 City Council meeting. There a motion? Have approved.
Second.
Motion and second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Motion passes. 6.2, approve the mayor's reappointment of Walker Vining to the Board of Public Utilities for a 4-year term that begins on July 5th, 2024, and expires on July 5th, 2028. Got a motion? Approved? Second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 6.2 passes. 6.3, approve the appointments of Tom Yorton and Whitney Harrington to the City of Columbia Arts Council for 3-year terms beginning on June 13th, 2024, and expiring on June 13th, 2027.
So move.
Motion second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 6.3 passes. 6.4, approve the mayor's reappointment of Greg Martin to the Murray County Airport Authority for a 5-year term effective May 21st, 2024, and expiring on May 21st, 2029.
Second.
Motion approved. The second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. All right, next is 6.5, confirmation of mayor's appointment to Sarah Harris Berry to the Columbia Housing Redevelopment Corporation Board to fill unexpired term ending on July 9, 2025.
Second.
Approval and second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 6.5, approved. 6.6, approve the mayor's reappointment of Charlie Goetz to the City of Columbia Planning Commission for a 3-year term that began on February 8, 2024, and expires on February 8, 2027.
So moved.
Motion second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 6.7, approve the mayor's reappointment of Dr. Krista S. Martin to the City of Columbia Planning Commission for a 3-year term that began on December 14th, 2023, and expires on December 14th, 2026.
So moved.
Motion second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 6.8, approve the mayor's reappointment of Danny Coleman to the City of Columbia Planning Commission for a term that began on January 12th, 2023, and expires on December 31st, 2024.
So moved. Second.
We got a motion and second. He sounds enthused.
I'll say during this discussion moment real quick that the meeting that I had yesterday, there was a little bit of confusion about me coming back from Manchester. I'd like to clarify that the meeting that I missed yesterday was because of work, not because of the music event happening there. So that is on the record.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman, for clarifying that. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles, Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Motion passes. All right, next we'll do the consent agenda, and I'll read through them, and after we get through reading them, I'll take a breath, and then we will, if y'all have any discussion on it, we will discuss it. All right, so we'll get started. Approve the disbursements for the month of April 2024, in the amount of $6,704,048.97. 7.2, approve and authorize the mayor to execute the Master Municipal Advisory Agreement Amendment, Project Amendment 2, with Raymond James and Associates for the service related to the issuance of General Obligation Public Improvement Bond Series 2024 Financial Responsibility City Providing Excellent Services. 7.3, approve and engage in service of Bass, Berry, and Sims to serve as bond counsel for 2024 General Obligation Bond Issuance. Financial Responsibility City Providing Excellent Service. 7.4, approve the City of Columbia Stop Loss Group Medical Insurance Premium with Sun Life Financial with an individual specific deductible of $150,000, aggregate specified deductible of $125,000, effective July 1st, 2024, and authorize the mayor to sign necessary documents. 7.5, approve the agreement between the City of Columbia and Veracity, Benefits LLC to provide services regarding the creation, implementation, and utilization of prescription drug benefit plans and authorize the mayor to sign any necessary documents. 7.6, receive and file living adjustment for eligible retirees or beneficiaries of the City of Columbia Employees Retirement Plan. 7.7, approve and authorize the mayor to sign a work order between the City of Columbia and Crowdrift. Is that right? Crowdrift? Crowdrift in the amount of $17,000 for the Crowdrift Creators Platform. Approve and authorize the mayor to sign a contract and all supporting documents between the City of Columbia and Fuzz for a one-year renewal of phone communication services in the amount of $4,000. 7.9, approve and authorize the mayor to sign a change order number 1 between the City of Columbia and Judy Construction for the ultraviolet disinfection renovations. 7.10, approve and authorize the mayor to sign change order number 2 between the City of Columbia and PATH for repairs to wastewater plant administrative building HVAC system in the amount of $38,213. 7.11, approve and authorize the mayor to sign a contract between the City of Columbia and State Systems Incorporated for the monitoring and inspecting the fire alarm system at the wastewater treatment plant administrative building in the amount of $1,425. 7.12, approve and authorize the mayor to sign amendment number 2 for professional services for Gresham Smith and Partners in the amount of $46,100 for the Nashville Highway and Bear Creek Pike Intersection Project, Ward 5. 7.13, approve and authorize the mayor to sign the software licensing agreement with ISKIL in the amount of $5,000 to provide valid and reliable testing for pre-employment and skill gap testing. 7.15, approve and authorize the mayor to sign a memorandum of understanding between the City of Columbia, Tennessee Board of Public Utilities for the City of Columbia, DBA, Columbia Power and Water Systems, and Murray County, Tennessee for the shared communication site space located at 505 Reservoir Hill Road. 7.15, approve and authorize the mayor to sign the non-exclusive use and occupancy permit between the City of Columbia and Muletown Disc Golf Club for their 2024 program, Ward 2. 7.16, approve and authorize the purchase of 3 Dodge Police Pursuit vehicle, all-wheel drive vehicles from Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Columbia in the amount of $133,215.75. And 7.17, approve the United Waste Haulers price increase for disposal of garbage and bulk items with an estimated cost of $238,000. That is our consent item agenda.
Move for approval.
Having a motion to approve, we have a second. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman?
Aye.
Ms. Hardison?
Aye.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mrs. Wiles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom?
Aye. Consent agenda passes. Now we're going to administration. 8.1, certificate of compliance for Mahanas Incorporated to sell alcohol beverages located at Crown Liquor, 5,000 Trotwood Avenue, Suite 100-200, Columbia, Tennessee, 38401. So, yeah, have a motion to approve.
Second.
Second, roll call.
Mr. Coleman?
Aye.
Ms. Hardison?
Aye.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mrs. Wiles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom?
Aye. 8.1 passes. 8.2, approve and authorize the mayor to execute the emergency memorandum of understanding between the City of Columbia and Murray County, Tennessee. City Manager, please.
Yes, Vice Mayor, I'd like to ask Chief Cummings if he would come forward. This is an addition to your agenda for this evening. It's a memorandum between us and the county government in regards to applying for federal funding to help with Bear Creek cleanup with the recent tornado. And it's time sensitive from what we've been told, so that's why it's been deemed an emergency to be added to tonight's agenda. And Chief, I'll turn it over to you to explain to council further.
Yes, Vice Mayor, members of council. It's hot. There's just a small section on Bear Creek, the small stream right at Cranford Hollow Road that
when you go into Cranford Holler that's in the city. This is why we've got to sign this agreement. What they're doing is they're seeking assistance to clean up all the debris that is went into all those streams that watershed into the Duck River. So there's a lot of legal stuff that has to be done for them to do that. So we have to agree that we understand that they're going after these funds and stuff to do this.
Any questions? No question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
There's no more discussion. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 8.2 passes. Next are resolutions. Resolution 9.1, resolution number 2432, a resolution accepting a donation of a $100 gift card to be utilized by the Columbia Fire and Rescue.
Move to approve.
Motion and second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Motion passes. 9.2, resolution number 2434, a resolution to accept the ownership and maintenance of sewer improvement serving Drumright Phase 3.
Move to approve.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 9.2 passes. 9.3, resolution number 2435, a resolution to accept the city and drainage improvement serving Homestead at Carter Station Subdivision, Section 2, Phase 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, and Section 2, Phase 3, and Section 5, Phase 1 for owner and maintenance.
Move to approve.
Motion second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 9.3 passes. 9.4, resolution number 2436, tax corrections.
Move to approve.
Motion approved and second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Motion 9.4 passes. 9.5, resolution number 2437, a resolution adopting Columbia 2024-2029 as the annual strategic plan for the city of Columbia.
Second.
Motion second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 9.5 passes. 9.6, resolution 2438, initial resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $80,000 of general. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, not to exceed 80 million of the general obligation public works improvement bonds of the city of Columbia, Tennessee, to finance wastewater system improvements for the city, financial responsibility, city providing excellent service. Mr. Boshier might not have liked that.
I'm sweating a little bit out there.
Move to approve.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye.
And just as a reminder for council, we will have Standard & Poor's here the second week of July to meet with staff and try to see if we can get a bond rating upgrade before we do this borrowing. So,
Thank you. 9.7, resolution 2439, a resolution authorizing the issuance, sale, and payment of general obligation public improvement bonds for the city of Columbia, Tennessee, aggregate principal amount of not to exceed $80 million to finance wastewater system improvements for the city and providing for the levy of taxes for the payment of debt service on the bonds, financial responsibility of the city and providing excellent services.
Move to approve.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Now we'll move to ordinances. Ordinance 10.1, second consideration of ordinance number 4501 as amended, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2023-2024 budget ordinance number 4464, providing for the revisions to the general sanitation and wastewater funds.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Motion 10.1 passes. 10.2, second consideration of ordinance number 4502, an ordinance fixing the tax rate for the city of Columbia for the year 2024 on all taxable property at the rate of .8251 per $100.
Move to approve.
Approval and second. Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. All right, 10.3, second consideration of ordinance number 4503 as amended appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. And move to amend it now? All right, as we discussed at our study session, we moved to amend I make a motion to move to amend the budget of the ordinance by adding $1,000 to the South Central Human Resource Agency and $20,000 for the Murray County Animal Shelter appropriations. Added to the $20,000 be added to the appropriations.
Second.
So I have a second. No more discussion? Y'all understand? All right, roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye, motion passes. 10.4.
No, now you need to vote on the
Oh, I'm
ordinance
sorry.
as amended. That was for the amendment. Now you need to vote on it as amended.
Okay, now I need to vote on it as amended.
Yes.
Do we
Make
have
a
a
motion.
motion?
Motion to approve.
Mr. Coleman made the motion. Councilman Marshall approved it. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Now 10.4 is passed. 10.5, let's see, now we are 10.4. That was 10.3. Second consideration of ordinance number 4504, an ordinance to approve the pacification compensation plan for the employees of the City of Columbia for the 2024-2025 fiscal year.
Move to approve.
A motion and a second. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 10.5, second consideration ordinance number 4505, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, the same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee by rezoning tax map 100E, Group G, parcel 29, located at 1209 Galloway Street from CD3 Neighborhood Character District to CD4 General Urban Character District, Ward 2.
Move to approve.
Have a motion to approve? Second. We have a second. Anybody would like to discuss that one? I know.
What I'd like Paul to reiterate, I think what we had last meeting, make sure I understand what can and can't be done.
Paul, if you could come forward, please.
Good evening. Yes, ma'am. So this is, as the request was stated, from a CD3 to CD4. This is within your Connect Columbia plan as a city center urban village use, which is allowed in the CD4. This is about a half-acre piece of property that has about 100 foot of frontage on it. The applicant's concept plan is depicting two 50-foot wide single-family home lots. But as you heard as well, there are other uses that are allowed in CD4. So as you can imagine, in any urban district, it allows for higher densities of attached housing based on the acreage that's sitting there, as well as some commercial components as well, if they can fit it within the site itself.
And remind me of the question about the driveway, should it be, is there something about, if they split it into two, or two residences, driveway access, front, back, not, doesn't have to be there, there's some discussion about that.
If it's split into two, typically we would see two driveways on this particular street. In some certain circumstances, access management would dictate a shared driveway. If you got into commercial, then this one does have the provisions to where the building is moved forward, parking and things are in the back. So that makes it a little more difficult to achieve on a 100-foot wide lot. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it would be a relatively small use in order to accommodate that.
I think that was the discussion I was listening for. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
What, Planning Commission had a marathon meeting, what was it, last week? Last month, and they recommended some changes on the CD4, correct, Paul?
Yes, sir.
And we'll see that, and it's getting closer to what I think we all want, where they just can't go in the subdivision and build things that might not be desirable, but the CD4 will allow things that would be more appropriate.
Familiar with that property.
Yeah, so I think the changes that we're going to be making to the CD4 will work. We have a little window here of about 2 or 3 months that they might come run in there, but
Yes.
even,
So if those changes in the zoning are done after this is approved, are they still fall under the new?
they fall under the old, right, Paul?
They would follow under what the current standard is today.
But even at that, they're going to be real hard to put anything in there but the,
Yes, sir. I mean, it's 100-foot wide, so a commercial driveway, for example, is 24-foot wide. That alone, you just narrow it down, and then you get into buffer requirements. That narrowed it down as well, so you're not left with much for a commercial. I never want to say that it's not possible because somebody's going to prove me wrong, but it would be exceptionally difficult in this particular situation to do a commercial there.
yeah, I think when the CD4 comes to us, I think everybody will be like it. Kind of a good compromise for all of us.
Thank you.
Any more discussion? Thank you, Paul. All right, no more discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 10.5 passes. 10.6, second consideration on ordinance number 4506, ordinance to amend ordinance number 44, the same being zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee, by rezoning tax map 99A, Group G, parcel 32, located at 815 Woodside Street from CD3 Neighborhood Character District to CD4 General Urban Character District, Ward 3. Discussion? Have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second? Motion second, no more discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Motion passes. 10.8, first consideration of ordinance number 4508, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, the same being... Oh, I skipped one, I apologize. 10.7, second consideration of ordinance number 4507, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, the same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee, by rezoning tax map 75 parcel 11.17 located off of Baker Road from PUD R Plant Unit Development Residential District to CD3L Neighborhood Large Character District and a CD2 Rural Character District, Ward 5. Have a motion?
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? None? Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Wiles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. 10.7 passes. Next, 10.8. First consideration ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee, by rezoning tax map 901, Group B, parcel 001 and 005 located 806 and 812 Nashville Highway from CD 4C General Urban Corridor Character District and CD3 Neighborhood Character District to PUD MU Plan Unit Development Mixed Use with Preliminary PUD Master Plan Approval, Ward 3.
Move to approve.
Now, we have to put in that motion that we want option 2 on the fence.
Yes, I'll throw my motion so that we can amend it.
All right, now do we have a motion?
Ask a question real quick. Mr. City Attorney, what's a proper way to amend this?
He amended his motion to put option 2 on the fence.
I wanted to, but I didn't word it that way when I made my motion just now.
Okay.
I just said, I just moved to approve. I need to move to approve
With option 2 on the fence.
with option 2. Yes. All right, so I'd like to make a motion to approve contingent, that's the right word? Contingent upon the second option, which was the mid-tier option, taller security fence being used rather than the chain link barbed wire. That's my motion.
Second.
Second.
Question, and looking at these, again, option 3, this stands out, I thought you said option 3.
No, option 2.
I know, you said option 2 then, but I think.
Okay,
the first
no,
one I heard
all right.
option 3, I apologize.
Yes, I apologize. It's option 2 to be clear.
Okay, why?
So there are a couple reasons. The first being barbed wire being along. There are 30 residential properties in the Riverside neighborhood that abut the CPWS facility that we're looking at right now. Those 30 houses being directly, a lot of them, their fences end with the CPWS fence at the back. Not all of them, some of them do. My concern being children playing, the look and feel and property value impacts that, first of all, being close to a public utility already does bring down property value to some degree. So I think the best thing that we can do as a government is to try to help protect some of that, abate some of that by providing a better fencing. The security is still good. It's actually, I don't know, I won't speak to it being better, but it is taller. A lack of barbed wire, I think, is a better look, and it also just creates, I think, a safer option. And like I mentioned, property values as well. So those would be the reasons that I would like to see option 2 used. And I will add, just being a bureaucrat in my day job, sometimes the cheapest, all the way cheapest option is not always the best. I think that it's important that we take pride in our government buildings, and so that also plays into this as well.
And you're talking about option 2 just along the, where the properties are. along the
Correct.
back.
Option 2 is only where the property, so what will be used, I believe, is option 3 was being used in the front, correct? And then they were going to transition to the cheapest option, the barbed wire and chain link fencing for the back. And rather than switch to the very cheapest option for what our 30 different homes will be up against, I'd like to see us up it just a little bit to the mid-tier.
And that's what you want your motion to state, is just along that back.
Just along that
Option
back,
2.
correct. Option
And
2
I
along the back.
apologize for my misunderstanding, because I certainly don't select option 1. I was looking at option 3, which is the better choice. The looks, admittedly, it's quite costly, but it looks much better than 2 or even 1. So I do apologize, because I didn't, 1 would be obviously, no training. But that, the cost, of course, is an additional cost, but it certainly looks a lot better.
Yes, if option 3 could somehow be cheaper, then I probably would say that, but I think that option 2 is a good middle ground.
And the fence on option 2 does not look, it's not that tall. It looks tall.
It looks like the backdrop.
It's not. It's only about 8 feet tall. We discussed that at study session, and we all thought the same thing.
Yeah. And I guess my thinking is what backs up to that fence. If I had a house, I wouldn't want it backing up. I'm going to option 1. That's just-
Well, option 3, it does have it where you climb over it and could hang
Well,
yourself
but
on
if
it.
you're getting into that, then.
No, this right here, and it's for safety.
I think option 2, if that hoop fence is more secure than that. fence.
Security I will give you, but looks, I won't.
Okay.
Some of this you won't see from the highway.
No, I'm talking about mine on the back property and the back end of it. I want to be able to see it. I don't know what's behind this. And if I were behind it, I certainly want that option 3 points behind it. Now, yes, security, I'll give you, that's the best. And I do apologize. That's the first thing I looked at that and I thought, oh.
Understood.
So 1, no, definitely get that.
All right.
All
Great.
right, thank you. And is this something, may I ask the developer does, we do?
Well, CPWS will do it.
CPWS is the one who's making these recommendations.
Yes,
So it's the cost is to them.
this to them.
Well,
Correct.
No wonder they picked 2. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for clarifying.
Any more discussion? We had Mr. Coleman made the motion, and you still second it?
Yeah.
Councilman
Correct.
Marshall? So, no more discussion, roll call?
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Green, Ms. Hardison,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall? Mrs. Wiles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom?
Aye. 10.8 passes. Next will be 10.9. First consideration ordinance 4509, an ordinance to amend. I lost my place. I was looking there. All right, 10.9. First consideration of ordinance 4509, ordinance to amend ordinance 4400, the same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee by rezoning tax map 99, parcel 49, located at 1201 Maple Avenue from CD2 Rural Character District to CV, which is Civic District Ward 3.
Move to approve.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I see none. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman?
Aye.
Ms. Hardison?
Aye.
Mr. Marshall? Mrs. Wiles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom?
Aye. 10.10, first consideration ordinance 4510, an ordinance to amend ordinance 4400, the same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee by amending the Honey Farm PUD master plan for a 1.34 acre portion of Lot 1 Honey Farm Crossings at tax map 51, parcel 58, located off Nashville Highway in Honey Farm Way, Ward 5. And I have on my list, Mr. Smith would like to speak, probably if we just need him, right?
Yeah, just if there's any questions.
All right. No, we do, it's the McDonald's and I thought it was a great design. They listened and it's appreciative.
Absolutely. And as such, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? I see none. Roll call.
Mr. Coleman?
Aye.
Ms. Hardison?
Aye.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mrs. Wiles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom?
Aye. 10.10 passes. 10.11, first consideration ordinance 4511, an ordinance amending Title 18, Chapter 3, Section 18303 of the Municipal Code of the City of Columbia by replacing its entirety, present Schedules A and B, and adopting and approving the following Schedules A and B, and establishing the date July 11, 2024 as the date of public hearing.
Move to approve.
Second.
Approval and second. Any more discussion? I see none. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman?
Aye.
Ms. Hardison?
Aye.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mrs. Wiles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom?
Aye. 10.11 passes. 10.12, first consideration of ordinance number 4512, an ordinance to amend Title 18, Chapter 3 of the Columbia Municipal Code by amending 18.310 to increase the water impact fee upon new water customers to serve the demand for the water system capital facilities and public improvement, and establish the date of July 11, 2024 as the date of public hearing.
Move to approve.
Second.
Approval and second. Any more discussion? I'm sorry, Mr. Coleman.
I'll say real quick, just want to thank the CBWS and the board for the work they've done and in making this move, which will help improve things, but pass on more of the cost to, having growth pay for growth. So appreciate their creativity and willingness to make this happen.
Thank you. Any more? Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman?
Aye.
Ms. Hardison?
Aye.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mrs. Wiles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom?
Aye. Motion passes. No other business, none executive session, adjournment. A couple things on upcoming events. Y'all look at July 4th is a holiday for city council study session, so we're gonna have it on July 9th. And next week is Juneteenth.
We'll be closed on
And
Wednesday.
so we'll be closed on Wednesday, and also they are having a celebration of Juneteenth Saturday at the Riverwalk, like they do every year. And if y'all can, come down there to it. It's a good celebration, food trucks, a lot of camaraderie, and it's just a good time for everybody. So if no more word from council, I see none.
Approve. You gotta approve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Make a
We gotta
motion.
approve the
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion to adjourn, second.
Good thing.
We got a roll call.
Mr. Coleman?
Aye.
Ms. Hardison?
I still got a roll call.
Aye.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mrs. Wiles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Aye. Motion passes. We're